by Let's Talk Hookup. Opinions and offers expressed during this program are not those of Odyssey or 97.3 The Fan. Sometimes they tell some pretty hefty fish stories. We don't know if they're true or not.
And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Wayne Cotter with Corey Sandin, and we're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup, right next to Fisherman's Landing in Point Loma. We have a really good show for you this morning. We got Cameron Cribbens from the Mission Belle. We're going to be talking all about fishing techniques. We're going to have your catch reports and calls and text, and stay tuned. This is Southern California's sport fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Inside information is everything when it comes to catching fish in Southern California. You need a code group to connect with what's happening on the water. FishDope.com is your code group. Inside information available at your fingertips 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane, along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. They become your code group. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Quintin, 365 days a year. FishDope.com has online planning tools, temperature and chlorophyll charts, hot bite icons, and more. Take it from me, if you don't have FishDope.com, you're not part of the in-the-know crowd. Membership is affordable and good for an entire year. Plus, use the special code and save $30 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
Ford is celebrating our country's 250th anniversary with big savings for you. Employee pricing is back at your local San Diego County Ford dealers. You pay what we pay across the full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. We're here for those who build America, those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay for tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come? If that's who you are, you value what we value, and you should pay what we pay. Now get employee pricing across the Ford lineup. Go to your local San Diego County Ford dealer today.
All right, good morning. Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and stoked to be in the world headquarters this morning. Man, landings are busy, and boats unloading, and fishermen's processing down there, and
Absolutely.
super busy. And stoked to have a friend of the show in studio too. Cameron.
Absolutely, Cameron.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Mission Belle, and stoked to have you in the world headquarters, man. How's everything going?
It's good. You know, it's we've been busy. It has been this spring we all dream of, especially, you know, being a relatively new boat owner to full day fishing. It's like we've already had summer already.
Right? I know. It was a super crazy January, February, March with the weather, right? I mean, just insane. And then here we hit May, and a little wrinkle in the weather.
I have to laugh after yesterday's show, right? We're like, okay, just wait. Everybody, just wait. It's coming.
Yeah.
This little blip. Get on the boats. Get on the boats right now, because when it happens, it's going to break loose.
Yeah.
And then I got home and started watching the reports. Dorado, yellowtail, white sea bass. I mean, and then you start seeing all the longer boats going out and they're catching tuna. It's already here. It happened yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys can't wait. Get on the boats, because they're going to be full, and then you're going to be crying.
And at least, I mean, at the least bit of it, right, Wayne? It's just a turn in the right direction, right? Like the island's starting to fire a little bit. And
Yeah, water's coming around. We kind of had a pretty big upwelling, or, we call, it rolled over, goes from 68 degrees in blue to 62 in green, but it's all now going back in the right direction. And we see these transition periods a lot throughout seasons. It seems like always in August there's kind of one, and it's just setting the stage.
Yeah, that north wind and the blow from up north and the upwelling coming up there is good, because the kelp breaks off. Those are your kelp patties that work their way south. And guess what's going to be under those things as we go through the summer?
That's true. Yeah, no, definitely. And I I see a nice stretch of weather coming too, which
Yeah.
is a blessing. Like the lack of wind. I mean, it seems like the last 10 days, like Carl in here yesterday, we were talking about it. It was just a major wrinkle kind. I mean, the things happen, right? It's May and you'll get
wind and,
exactly
yeah.
right. But it seemed like it was like a week and a half of overlapping wind events that just what you described. It put it down a little bit, a couple degrees and green, but the stretch of weather I see coming for the next week.
Greece.
Like beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
Like as beautiful as it gets. And I think some of the counts that the reflection of that we're already starting to see, like at the islands.
Yeah, it just makes everyone's job so much easier when it's calm. Guys you can go. There's especially these 3 day boats and stuff like that. I mean, there's guys almost to the 120 line. I mean, just going for
stretching
it, and going down the beach, and you can see, and everything just works in your favor.
Yeah, that's so cool. To be able to glass in it and not get your butt kicked going up and down or getting sprayed. That's always an advantage.
That's always a bonus, right? Yeah.
But the fish cooperating also is a bonus. There's not a shortage of fish in the ocean right now, no matter what some of the other groups might want to talk about and tell us. There's fish, and there is fish all along our whole coastline right now. And there's bait. The bait is what's keeping everything here, right? The ecosystem is alive and kicking right now.
There is more bird life and anchovy balls up and down the coast. It's incredible. All, east of the islands and stuff. You'll go through a mile stretch where it's just red out anchovies and booby birds and tern birds.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So that like IB flat stuff.
Yeah.
Like Tijuana IB from Rosarito to IB.
Yeah. I keep thinking of, how many years we all would go yellowtailing on our skiffs.
Or sand bass in that zone too.
It's coming. It's you see it. I mean, there's loons, big spots of loons waddling on the water, so fat because full of bait.
Right.
It's different this year for sure.
Interesting.
And squid.
And
there's squid right now too.
Yeah.
Is there squid in that zone? You think?
We haven't seen squid yet.
Yeah.
But I'm sure somewhere.
There's some down by the pipe.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's an interesting sign too, because that's Salsopoides, which isn't. I mean, it's kind of like down and inside from like the rock pile.
Yeah.
Right. It's
But
not very far away.
I don't know how many stories from the elders, the make squid and fight for anchor jobs down there, or make squid at Salsopoides, and
I remember that era. I mean,
Yeah.
that was, I think, in the early 90s, and all these boats, it was all overnight trips.
Yeah.
And they would leave super early and get down, make their squid in the dark down at Salsopoides, which is just above Ensenada, if you don't know. And they'd get their load of squid and run to the islands for that morning shot. And they spent the whole morning. I mean, it was a little bit of sea bass. That's actually when I caught my first bluefin.
Wow.
In that late 80s, like 80, thinking like 86 to 91, somewhere in that zone. I mean, it was like they were 10 to 15 pound fish. Like that was like the big shot at a bluefin, like super light line.
Really
and
small
hook.
schoolie fish.
They were very small. Yeah.
Wow.
And then like working on the bait boats, working with John Pratt, he used to work on the sport boats.
Yeah.
And they used to get those shots of that same fish, like in the 5 to 10 year period prior to what I'm talking about. And on the kelp line at Point Loma, the drop off and La Jolla. So it just neat to see the history, but that squid would ball up pretty good there. And the yellowtail fishing was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's hearing the stories of guys sitting, 3 rows deep at the gun site or something. Those guys watching us fish now would be like, what are you kids doing?
Running around.
Running around at 10 knots all day looking for a school.
But that's the way it is.
It's the way it is. There's so many different.
They didn't have the sonar back then.
No.
It was amazing that they found the same spots over time. Because if anybody goes on a private skip, try to triangulate a spot without your GPS. Oh, I'm just going to be off the green tanks or this and that. And you're like, okay, go ahead. Go find that same spot twice and then turn your GPS on and see if you really find it.
Yeah.
Those guys were masters at it.
Oh, it's super, super good. I mean, it was the Buzz on the Prowler and Nick on the new Luan. I mean, those were the studs, man.
Studs. And I think about it a lot, it's like, oh, they're, drive from the rock pile to North Island and in between and 40 fathom, 20 fathom. Oh, there's a school on the gun site.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's impressive how the same spots over 50 years are the key spots at the Coronado Islands.
Right. I mean, you think about it. I mean, the way the current runs and the way they climb up, and that was their big thing back then, sit on the anchor and wait for it to come up the side of the island or up the middle ground or, whatever it might be to line up to be in the right position.
Yeah.
And you could be a boat length off and you get,
yes.
and you get messed up because Ray on the producer maybe got that spot before Nick did, and the fish climbed up the port side of his boat, but Nick was on the starboard side and missed it all.
Oh yeah, we've all watched.
Yeah. Do you see that competition today, like amongst you and Booger?
It's
and
the ultimate for sure. It's
The bragging rights.
right?
I don't have to catch a lot of them. I just have to catch one more than everybody else.
Yeah.
Right?
the Kiyahara.
The
That-
Kiyahara theory.
That's a famous Kiyahara line.
It's for me, like Booger taught me to fish the Coronado Islands.
Yeah.
I worked for him and Tara worked for him, and so and then we compete.
It's more family competition.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the utmost respect to him, but you catch one more, it feels good.
Right. Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
God.
And the Mission Belle has so much history. I mean, I remember the boat over at Seaforth and going way back,
Yeah, it's cool. I've actually been getting some pictures of the boat sent from back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, my dream, and it hasn't been sent to me yet. I've had some promises.
Yeah.
Is some pictures of it with the original open bridge.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I just think that'd be the coolest picture in the galley.
What decade do you think? Like,
I think
from
it's
the
early-
70s?
Yeah, it's early 80s. I think Rambo told me they put the house on in 87.
Okay.
I don't,
when
see,
they-
I don't remember the boat before it had the house. That's interesting.
Yeah,
But I remember
so I don't
riding it
remember.
over at Seaforth.
And
Back
there,
in the Islandia days.
yeah, that's true too. When Islandia was over there, yeah. So interesting. That boat carries so much history, though.
Yeah, I was hanging out with Sueño the other day.
Yeah.
We were doing some commercial fishing stuff, and he was just looking at
Who's
it.
David Aikita, if you don't know?
Longtime Mission Belle owner, and he was just looking at it, and he's like, "It looks good." He's like, "It's cool."
Yeah.
A lot of history.
It really is. And now for you to have the boat, and it's been how long now?
2
It's been a
years.
short time.
Yeah,
2
2
years.
years.
Has it really?
Yeah, we're going
God.
into our second year here.
Time gets by for me, man.
Yeah.
2 years. And now out of Point Loma Sport
Point
Fishing,
Loma
I mean,
Sport
it's stoked
Fishing.
run, right?
Yeah, we're the 5:30 to 5 boat. We've never been in at 5 o'clock, but it's the advertised time.
It is.
It seems impossible.
Yeah.
There's always something, or there's one more, or there's what if I look over here, or what.
And as long as you don't have somebody trying to make a flight, or I'm sure you make it known well before.
Yeah, people are pretty hip to what time we're gonna get in
To the
now.
program.
Yeah,
You gotta love a twilight bite. That afternoon, late afternoon bite. It's hard to leave.
Yeah.
Because it turns on.
yeah. There was a lot of times this year we didn't. You kind of get into fishing mode till 2:30, 3 o'clock, and it's like you're not gonna get a taste and leave. You're gonna, we waited all day for this. So
Exactly.
we're gonna do it.
And if you get a hit on a couple dozen fish, I mean, that's your whole day.
Yeah, we had an anchor job this couple weeks ago. We put the anchor down. I think it was like 3 o'clock. 1 going, 2 going, 3 going. All of a sudden, we're busy. 4 to 15 going. I mean, it's just as fast as we can go. And it's like, by the time we kind of, the smoke cleared a little bit, I run upstairs. I'm like, oh my God, it's 4:15. All I hear is biter. Here we go. And so I don't think we got our anchor up till 5:15.
Oh.
Which
times.
which is about 2 hours in the dock, I'm guessing.
Plus we gotta
Yeah.
get the fish out of the fish hold.
Yep.
Separated.
Yeah.
Picture time. Start processing. It's 3 guys back there, 135 yellowtail. It's a lot of work, and they're big. It's a lot of
135 yellowtail.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It was
Cameron.
incredible.
Yeah.
It was just like, everyone's cheering. No, we can't leave. We can't leave. It's like we have to.
Yeah.
I think the
At some
lines.
point you have to.
I think that we tied up at about 8:40.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's nothing but good times. What do you see, like yellowtail wise, and the health of the islands, like over the few decades that you've been able to?
The yellowtail are huge.
are bigger than
They're
they
huge.
were.
It's not uncommon to catch a 33, 34 pounder. There's a lot of true 22 to 28 pounders. I mean, they're big.
Legit.
And I think it was 10 years ago when I was driving to San Diego, it was really hard to catch bottom fish. If it wasn't a yellowtail day and, hey, let's go catch some whitefish and some reds, it was hard. You really had to work at it. And you can be anchored up on any hard bottom, SKR, gun sight, and guy wants to fish the bottom fish and put on a squid strip, and there is fish flying over the rail.
It more so today than
100%.
Really? Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's hard to believe because it was very good back then, I thought.
Yeah, it was good. It was harder, though.
We didn't target it the same way, I think, is why, right? Because if we were yellowtail fishing, everybody was throwing iron.
Yeah.
That's just how it was. People really didn't drop down to the bottom while you were yellowtail fishing.
Yeah, we see it. There's some people that they just want to get some bites.
Yeah.
And, most of the time when we're anchored in yellowtail mode, we're on hard bottom. But, man, the sculpin and good grade whitefish, we caught like a 3.5 pound red on the gun sight the other day.
You're kidding me.
No.
Come on. Like a big old bright one from in
just
shallow.
a big old beautiful red. Like, whoa, look at that thing.
You got me fired up.
Yeah. It's so, we love it. It's so fun. But they're strong, man. The certain spots around the islands, you can see it on the sonar, sonar ball at triggerfish, legitimate school of
Come
them.
on.
Yeah.
Like
I can't tell you I would know what a ball of triggerfish look like on my sonar. That's interesting.
Either can I, because I see it and you think yellowtail, it hits just like a yellowtail, but all of a sudden you can't get near it. And then you put the anchor up, you anchor up and you see it and it'll swim like a lap around you.
Come on.
Yeah. And then depending on the conditions, you can kind of see the color spot of them and stuff. Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
triggerfish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy.
But,
so how would the yellows act differently? Like when you're saying that you try to sonar them and they skirt around and don't let you run over them.
A lot of times the yellowtail, they may not like it and it's not very easy, but you can run over a piece of them.
Oh, I got you.
You can get them.
Even if it's a back end of the school or something, you can still.
We get juked.
Yeah.
Don't kid yourself.
Yeah.
They what happened? They were right. And
they totally squirt out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But most of the time you can get it where you get a piece of them or you'll catch 4 fish shooting off the screens or something like that.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Do you find that in the middle grounds or in North Island off Pukey Point area, when the yellows are around, is it better to anchor and wait for them to school around? Or do you really have to keep running and gunning after them?
Are you adding the sea lions into the mix?
No, I get that too. But if there's a lot of boats out there, it doesn't matter because you can't run away from them. They just follow you. Unless you can hand them off to, the Toro or something.
As the operator, I always want to anchor.
Yeah.
Anchoring is the best. Especially, you nail the gun sight or the southwest corner and it gets on you. That's the ultimate.
Current's running,
you're sitting good. Yeah. It's easy for people to fish. But a lot of times that's not possible. Whether it's skiffs, it's sea lions. There's so many factors that come into play. But there's a lot of times we'll be sonar balling and get on one and they're biting a little bit. And I run up to the bow and everyone move, and drop the anchor. And just hopefully we can grab and sit and keep fishing with the school right there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, it is. I'm always I always want to understand it. I'm a student of the sport and private boat, public boat, going back and forth and watching this and learning techniques. What's better? Is it better to have patience or better that run and gun? You get on a small boat and everybody wants to run and gun.
Yeah.
But that isn't always the case, right? You sometimes just have to. The rock pile was a good example. Everything was going around it, and you just needed to be in the right position and wait your turn. Yeah, in a lot of cases, totally. Right? But you got to have that patience. Guys on private boats, I don't know what it is. They just don't have patience. They want to just pick that anchor up and run, and you just miss out. That's all.
But I think personally, with a lot of the skiff guys, me being a skiff guy, and they're just people that don't have a clue. And I think that lack of clue, lack of knowledge leads to the wrongdoings.
It's hard because I fish in a skiff too. And I was listening to Booger a couple weeks ago. It's hard. You see this big boat stop. You see bait fly over the side,
and you think it's the golden vein, the golden nugget.
Yeah. And it's just like they're on them, you know?
Yeah.
I think what a lot of guys don't realize, small boats, is yes, the sonar is the ultimate tool. Yes, having live bait's the ultimate tool. It is very, very, very challenging to put the Mission Belle in a situation where we're catching yellowtail.
Yeah.
You know, I rival a lot of these, you know, skiff guys. Like, I'd love for them to try it. Try to, you know, I'm not going to throw them the keys, but to take 30 people sport fishing with all the elements of the Coronado Islands and create a catch.
Yeah.
It is the
Well, and then
ultimate-
have the mosquito fleet flying around you too.
there's a lot
Right.
of factors, and it's really hard to put ourselves in position to catch them. We don't have the golden ticket.
That's it. And as a skiff guy, I mean, you look at the golden vein, the golden nugget, but so do the 100 sea lions, you
Yeah.
know? And if you were a skiff guy, you could actually utilize, put a thinking process into it to where you're the golden nugget holding 80 of those sea lions tight to you and go. And it just takes a little flake of gold off to the side to make a skiff happy.
And there's
you know?
a few savvy skiff kids, you know, I've watched a couple of them, you know, anchored up doing their own thing, where I tried it there in the morning and I see a little bit of sign, but we can't do it. The sea lions, it doesn't work. And, you know, I'll come back around and glass this skiff and he'll be anchored up all by himself, no sea lions, 2 going.
How about that? That's
all
the way
by
it's
himself,
done.
you know, and
That's definitely the way it's done. Hey, we've got a full 2 hours with you, Cameron, and we're stoked to have you in the world headquarters and talking to Mission Belle out of Point Loma Sport Fishing with Cameron. If you want to join us, a couple ways to do it. You can do it. We're going to be on the fan for the full 2 hours this morning at 833-288-0973. Is it Jeff this morning
We
at the
have Jeff.
fan? Perfect. So yeah, Jeff's waiting for your call. There's actually one open line for you again at 833-288-0973, or you can text us via the app, only done through the app. When you do so, make sure you leave your name and telephone number, just a way to get a hold of you there. And Cameron's going to flip the prize coin right here at the end of the show, and we'll figure out whether the full day trip on the Mission Belle, thank you, Cameron, is going to go to one lucky caller or texter. And we're going to be right back. You're listening to Southern California Sport Fishing Voice. That's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
This is shaping up to be a fantastic fishing year. Hi, this is Ben, and you'll see me at my dad's shop, Dana Landing in Mission Bay. Doesn't matter if you're out there on a kayak, on your boat, or headed out on a sport boat, Dana Landing has everything you need. We call it the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. Food, bait, tackle, beverages, and more. Our tackle shop is certainly one of the best for saltwater anglers. And if you are looking for freshwater tackle, nothing beats East County Bait and Tackle, where you will get the best tackle and knowledge on your way to the lake. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle is amazing too, with great stock of both fresh and saltwater tackle. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview and Lakeside. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle, 94 to Broadway in Lemon Grove. And Dana Landing is next to the Dana Launch Ramp in Mission Bay. Doesn't matter if you're out there on a kayak, on your boat, or headed out on a sport boat. Dana Landing has everything you need. Check danalanding.com for more details.
Whether you're on the lake, on the river, or on the bay, when you hop on board for a day on the water, make sure everyone's on board with wearing a life jacket. Life jackets save lives. Get on board. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
Hey anglers, AFCO Pro Captain Ben Florentino of Coastal Charters here. As a full-time guide, I'm on the water all year long. It's my livelihood. Having the right clothing is of the utmost importance to staying warm, dry, cool, and comfortable to endure whatever the Pacific wants to throw at me. Thankfully, I'm equipped with AFCO clothing to keep me dialed season after season. Do yourself a favor and check out AFCO's award-winning gear at a dealer near you, or learn more at AFCO.com.
The top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limit, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open parties, schedule check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
Wow. Hey, good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. And So stoked, man. All the stories and everything come from Cameron, the Mission Belle at a Point Loma Sport Fishing. Just having a great time. You want to join us? 833-288-0973. There still is one open line, or you can text us via the app. Send those texts through the app. Make sure you leave your name and telephone number.
And man, what a special prize that Cameron's getting us. It's one lucky caller or texter is going to win a full day trip on the Mission Belle out of Point Loma. That's going to be a great trip. And man, that's a good timing for it right now because it's starting to open up. Big tanker yellows out there. Why don't we take a call, Corey?
Let's do that. How about Alex calling from San Carlos? Good morning. Welcome. Let's talk hookup this morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, guys. I got a surface iron question. I know we've all kind of like run into the issue where, we're casting out at yellows and, you see one starting to follow your lure and they're like not really wanting to commit. You get closer to the boat and they just kind of turn away. I'm trying to see what could I change in my approach to just kind of be a little more successful when those situations come up.
Yeah, we've all seen it. I think it's just the non-committal fish versus the committal fish. We've all had it where we cast and you barely tank a crank and you have one on, and then you have the ones that kind of just check it out. I think if you have yellowtails following your lure, you're doing good.
You're doing something right.
Yeah.
No matter what you look at it, artificial lures and jigs are for reaction bites.
But for one to follow it all the way to
if they're following it to the boat, they're out there. They're going to follow. The problem that you have is don't stop on the jig because it's a swimming action. And if anything, speed it up a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Make them chase it. Make them react to it, right? Because that's what they're doing.
And I think at times too, Alex, like if you've watched that and seen that, the gig's probably over. Like that, like the good bites where the damn jig is so far down, the ring is at the lip. It's if you saw that happen, it's so far out that it happened so quickly. It's a blur. You know what I mean?
We've seen it a lot this year where it hasn't been where, it's like a cigar hanging out.
Yeah.
They're not tackling the surface irons.
I got you.
There's a lot of like just by the lips or, get potholed 3 or 4 times. And it was a lot of this spring was like you could catch them on the surface iron, but they weren't committing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the other thing too is a competition factor.
Yeah.
You add a second fish or a third fish into that mix.
Totally.
Forget it. Like somebody's gonna
fight.
climb over the other one.
Fight.
Oh, I love
But
it.
were the fish suspended or were they down deep following them up, chasing the jigs from the bottom?
Hard to say, they were activated on the bait, so they're up.
They came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times if you're going vertical, it's a different bite than the guys on the surface.
Yeah, for sure.
The surface is a lot of fun. I love surface iron fishing. Nothing better than retrieve it and getting that grab, right?
And that conversation that we just had, I mean, it's the same with largemouth bass fishing, like big swim baits. It's the same thing with calico bass fishing. It's all parallel.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Followers.
Yeah, thanks, Alex, for the call. Let's take another call.
Let's do that. How about Dave calling from Anza? Good morning, Dave.
Morning, Dave.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Say, I want to tell you, my first time on a sport fishing boat was on the Mission Belle. My dad took me out. And then a recent season, I took my son and grandson out on the boat. That's 4 generations. That's quite a family legacy that we have with you there.
That's awesome.
And I do have a report for you. This last Tuesday, I got a group together, and we did a Captain Rolo's trip. Now, living up here in Anza, we're in the back country. We have a lot of homeschoolers, and our church likes to get the homeschoolers together for social things, and it worked out just great doing this Captain Rolo trip. We went on the daily double out of Point Loma, and it was close to a perfect day out there. The water was flat, the sun was out, and everybody caught fish. And I really got to hand it to the crew on the daily double. There were kids on this trip that have never even held a fishing pole, but they made sure that everybody caught them. So I know we've heard a lot about Captain Rolos, and a lot of people put in a lot of time and effort into this organization. But if you could just be on one of these trips and see these kids, how they react to it, you would know it's all worthwhile. It was a great trip, great day, and it's a great organization.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Dave, for putting that together. Every one of those kids' trips is so special. If you haven't followed us, follow the Friends of Rollo on the Instagram and the Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea on the Facebook. There's been posts up. We've got a lot of trips going because the kids are at that point in either getting out of school or they're doing their trips from school. and the posts are going up, and just the smiling faces of kids catching their fish, just being on the water, enjoying what we love to do. That's our future, guys. So absolutely support Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea, support those trips, make sure that we get those kids on the water. If you have a group that wants to go out, call Howard and arrange it, arrange a trip. He's the guy who coordinates for Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea. You can go to Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea on the website and get the contact info. So why don't we take another call?
Let's do that, Wayne. How about Ed? Ed calling from University City. Good morning, Ed. Appreciate you joining us on Let's Talk Hookup.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call, guys. Hey, I have a problem. I casting an anchovy in that, and what I wanted to do was go with the spinning setup, maybe, and with maybe a bait runner feature or something like that. And I was wondering if you could help me out as far as getting a good setup that I could use.
You probably just described it perfectly, Ed. You know, I mean, a bait runner, and probably not a bad situation with. I mean, if we stay with anchovies, right, Cameron?
Yeah, we've had a mix. We haven't had a straight anchovy load yet, but man, I think for the best, it would be go down and see Rock Cod Rick.
Right.
Always
Fisherman's
go down to the
Landing
tackle
boys.
store, because you're going to want to pair up the right rod with the right reel and the right action for you. How do you fish? Do you want it more parabolic? Do you want it more fast tapered? How big of a reel do you need? Because it depends on what size braid you're going to put on for capacity. They all have enough drag capacity. That's not an issue. But it depends. Right? If you're going to go yellowtail fishing, calico fishing, you can do different size reels with different weight line and braid and stuff. But all of those rods and reels are set up for that light tackle. It's all good.
What have you seen as bait? I mean, is it a mix? Is it?
You know, when we first started, it was all sardine.
Yeah.
Beautiful 5 to 7 inch.
Like
Incredible. Perfect.
A 2-aught done deal.
Yeah. We've been fishing a little bit smaller hooks. We've been number ones, number twos.
Okay.
Seems a little stealthier.
Yeah.
And then we kind of went into a little bit of a mix, like 70%
chovy,
sardine.
Okay.
With anchovy mixed in, which I love it.
Yeah.
There's nothing better.
Yeah.
And then we've had a couple days where we've gone out and they've given us, 40, 50 swings of sardine and then a full lid of anchovy. And then we've also seen, the 12-inch sardines, the big ones. So jumbo.
Yeah.
Really all mixed in.
We've seen a little bit of everything.
Oh, that's interesting for the age class then.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, that'll play out well for us in the long run with the sardine then, because we just did the survey last year on the sardine, and so they're analyzing it right now. I'm hoping that mix showed up for us.
Yeah, I mean, there's some
bull honks.
Yeah,
they used to call them.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I think as far I know there's sardine to catch, and I think there's all the anchovy they want.
Yeah, very interesting. It's nice having that chovy. I mean, it's kind of there's some passengers, I'm sure, that turn their nose up to it, but because we're all spoiled, right?
We are, but fishing tackle, you always hear the old timers like, oh, these kids won't be able to cast an anchovy.
Yeah.
Fishing tackle is so good.
Yes.
Yes. So
technology
much
is there. Smaller, lighter reels, light line, small hooks, good knots. You can get an anchovy.
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
not flipping anchovies out on Jigmaster 500s anymore.
Or a Senator.
Yeah.
With mono.
Hey, I remember the pre-Trinidad era. Come on, man.
No, but
seriously.
It's we had a lot of good fishing on anchovy, last year when it was anchovy only, but there's nothing better. We could throw sardine around a certain area and not see a boil. Man, you sprinkle a little bit of anchovy around, and
the ocean comes
bass
alive.
and barracuda,
Yeah, you get me all fired up.
You want to catch bass? Go get an anchovy every time.
It's it's a key to our Southern California bite is chovy.
I know a lot of operators have used the excuse there's too much anchovy in the water. That's why we're not catching anything.
Come on.
Yeah, we've all said,
Just
the
an
big
excuse.
bluefin foamers and all of that.
That's true too.
Oh, too much bait in the water.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a good text here from Rory in Lakeside. Good morning, guys. Fun show. I had a chance to ride on the Mission Belle for the first time last summer. Fantastic layout. The whole crew was amazing and dialed in. Hoping to get out again soon. I have a question about passports. Do you know if you need a certain amount of time left on your passport's expiration to go on the trip? Or is it good just the day of the trip?
good just to the day of the trip.
Yeah. It's not like traveling internationally where they want 6 months on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one. Do you have one?
I do actually have a good text, and it's along the lines of a private boater, and comes from Dave, and Dave is in the 310 area code, so LA somewhere. Great show as always. I respect sport boats and always fish my own water, but haven't yet figured out how to successfully fish the islands. How would you recommend a new private boater approach fishing the islands so others don't follow? Thanks so much. Again, Dave. I mean, that's a great question.
It's great.
Yeah.
Just go fishing. Drive around, look. A guy can slow troll North Island pretty quick and effectively.
I think you just hit the number one, the first place you come to leaving Shelter Island launch ramp.
Yeah, make a lap. You don't get a bite. Okay, maybe try somewhere else. You get a bite. Okay, maybe there is something to that. Maybe you're at White Rock or something, and every time you go past this rock, you get a bite. Okay, maybe you anchor.
Exactly.
And
you need 100 fish on the boat. I mean, that's your ultimate goal, right? I mean, at least 50. And private boater might only need a couple fish to make his day. And again, maybe you've got all the sea lions and you're in the middle grounds. That north of North Island might just be.
There's a lot of times we're fishing in places where there's not the best sign of yellowtail. It's the best signs here, but we can't fish there with, the sea lions and stuff like that. Slow trolling, you cover a lot of water. It's kind of like scanning with the sonar. You're just dragging a bait and you stand a chance at a bite.
Yeah, I mean, there are other ways to do it. And
Totally.
that's slow troll up tight to the island. I mean, you don't realize you've got 60 feet of water underneath you, as close as you can be to the islands, right? Hey, we've got a special caller on the line, Wayne. A new guy to the show. Actually, not new guy to the show, but newly sponsoring the show and being a part of it. And that's Jeff Mariani, Casa de Cedros. Good morning, Jeff.
Morning, Jeff.
Good morning, you guys. How's it going?
Doing very well. Stoked to hear from you, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be back with everybody here on the radio show, and very excited to give you a little report for Cedros Island this morning.
Nice. Super stoked to hear that. How's it going?
So pretty interesting fishing going on down there right now. If you enjoy white sea bass fishing or black sea bass fishing and you don't mind mixing in a limited yellowtail, well, Cedros Island definitely is your spot right now.
Well,
a lot of crazy stuff. We're 1 week off that full moon. Water temp is it's gone down a little. It was on the backside almost 65. We're down to 64. We lost a degree. Doesn't seem to be affecting the fishing really. Tons and tons of bait. No squid though, but lots of fin bait around. And it's just been very, very exciting for all the guys coming down. We just had a really good father-son group. The Fishers and the Howards were down there, and man, black sea bass for us. No big white sea bass, but we had lots of yellowtail every day and great calico bass fishing. The weather's been decent, little bit of wind, kind of normal for this time of year down there. So everyone should expect that if they're heading down. But yeah, really revved up. I got my first fast lane kayak trip of the year going down tomorrow. So, and we got our August 14th trip with Rick. That'll be the first time he's ever been at my house. So just very exciting stuff, and just so thankful and happy to be back with you guys.
Yeah, super cool, Jeff. And I know that those that have been down with you, like myself, just I almost call it a compound. I mean, your house is just a beautiful, it's walled in and you're safe and everything's good. Everyone's got their own room, the accommodations. Nearly everybody has their own bathroom and shower.
The fish processing, the hang out in the garage and do your tackle, go get a pizza on the pizza oven, and then sit out by the fireplace at night. It's just a beautiful arrangement.
And it's totally, Jeff, you know how to do it right and share your Casa de Cedros with those from up here. And I know you know that island and that area so well, and have learned it over the last decade. And just the stoked opportunity for people to come down and enjoy that with you. And I'm sure you do have openings, yeah?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you both for those kind words. You both have been to my house. You know how hard I work there to just kind of bring something a little different than everyone else is offering. Smaller groups, single room occupancy, just a lot of comfort involved. And with smaller groups, we get to go down into town and eat sometimes. Corey, you did that with me. It's a really, really fun setup that we got going. And we've got some groups. I have 22 groups this year already, so we're very happy with what's going on. And there's opportunities in August and September. I think I only have 1 week left in October, but lots of opportunity, and even in July. So if anyone needs to get in contact with me, we have our website, casadecedros.com, of course. And then, but the best way, doesn't matter if you're traveling with me or with someone else. I love talking about Cedros. You can call me anytime at 760-412-2507, and I'll help anyone have a great time down there. That's what it's all about.
Jeff, that's perfectly said. And definitely give your number again, because it's a magical place, and to be able to enjoy it with a small group of people. It's different than Cedros sport fishing, right? Where there's 22 people in the group, and you might not know the other half of the group, and it's just a different situation, and it's a beautiful thing, Jeff, for sure, having you a part of the show. Give your number again.
Absolutely. 760-412-2507. Yeah, like you nailed it. I mean, I'm not in competition with anyone, because my business model, I'm set up completely different. You know what I mean? We're kayak fishing. We're 6 guys at a time, and we're just hanging out. It's just a lot more intimate, very personal, super customized trip when you travel with us, because of the smaller groups.
And it can be ponga
for everybody.
Ponga fishing too, as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's whatever the customer wants to do, right? It's whatever the customer wants to do.
We'll mix and match throughout your day. Absolutely. Whatever we need to do. We all talk about it at night when we're sitting there at dinner. And if kayaking's in the menu for the next day, someone wants to do that, we're absolutely ready to do it. We have the best kayaks on the market, the Hobies, that we got through Ron at Fastlane, and he takes great care of them for us, and my crew takes great care of them. I mean, they're fully loaded, so it's a great way to catch fish, just one-on-one with you and maybe a big black sea bass or big yellowtail. There's really nothing more fun for myself. So,
and if anybody wants to see it, go up to their social media page, because you guys are posting some great pictures right now.
Yeah, I'm super fortunate that Katie's back working with me. Carl, her husband, was super gracious and let her come and start working again with us. And man, she's a social media whiz, and helping me with all the stuff that I suck at, basically. So
yeah, that's perfectly put. Now, what about Martine and Christian? Are they still part of your Casa de Cedros?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I have everyone.
Yes.
My group is all the same. The only one that's changed is Lulu, our main cook that we've had for years. She's passed it off to Karina, her daughter.
Yeah.
And so all
did
family.
Just as good or better?
Giant upgrade, actually. Karina learned everything from her mom, right? And then she's younger, and she's, broadened her cooking menu, and she has all this really creative stuff that she does. And so it's, I'm just happy to just have that family with me. Those families have been with me since I landed on Cedros Island, you know what I mean? Way back in the day, 2012. So that's just speaks to how everything goes for me down there. I'm just, I'm part of that community, and all those people that work with me, we all are, there's no boss. I always say that there's no boss at this house. Everyone's the boss, right? Because everyone knows what to do.
Yep.
And that's what makes it so great.
Well, that's awesome.
It's a great family experience.
Yeah. And thanks for coming back. And we look forward to doing trips with you, Jeff. It's going to be a fun year.
Absolutely. Thanks again. Great show. Love hearing all the stuff about the, sport boats versus the private boats. Love this stuff.
Oh, it's good stuff. And somebody listening, what website do they go to, Jeff?
Come to my website, casadecedros.com, or again, best thing to do, call me, 760-412-2507.
Perfectly put, Jeff. We'll talk to you maybe next week. All right, buddy.
Have a great morning.
All right.
Sounds good. Hey, we're going to be right back. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back more with Cameron on the Mission Belle at a Point Loma Sport Fishing when we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and at 97.3 The Fan.
Have you been looking for a live bait hook that keeps live bait alive? Look no further than Japan's leading fish hook, Gamakatsu. It's the little things that make the difference, and Gamakatsu hooks drive the point home. With an absolute perfect bend and ideal barbs, your bait swims harder and longer. And when you get bit, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Check gamakatsu.com.
Hello, this is Captain Mike Totter from Searcher Sport Fishing. Alongside my colleague, Chef Josh Evans, and our dedicated team, we invite you to join us aboard the Searcher. Our fishing trips range from 1.5 to 8 days, available May through November, and include charter options. We're committed to upholding a legacy of top-notch customer service, delicious food, and a friendly and talented crew. Book your fishing adventure online at searchersportfishing.com or call Rachel at 619-226-2403. That's searchersportfishing.com. We look forward to welcoming you aboard.
If you spend serious time on the water, you already know how fast conditions can change. Glare shifts, light drops, wind kicks up, and when you're fishing all day, your gear has to keep up. That's why Costa built the Pilot House Pro. It's a semi-rimless shield designed to give you a full, unobstructed view of the water with the clarity Costa's known for and the protection serious anglers actually need. Pilot House Pro is Z87.1 plus safety rated, ventilated to fight fog, and built to stay locked in when things get rough. From flying hooks to long hours in the sun, it's made for real conditions, not just the easy parts of the day. If you want eyewear that works as hard as you do on the water, check out the Pilot House Pro at CostaDelMar.com. See what's out there. Safety rated in U.S. only.
This is Jeff Mariani from Casa de Cedros. I'd like to personally invite you to experience Cedros Island the way it is meant to be experienced. At Casa de Cedros, our trips are limited to 6 guests, creating a private, relaxed atmosphere that feels more like visiting a friend's home than staying at a fishing lodge. From the moment you arrive on our private charter flight, you'll notice the difference. While many operations are still getting settled on their travel day, our guests are already enjoying the fishing, all included in your trip costs. And when it's time to fish, we fish. Our days on the water are typically 2 hours longer than the other tours, giving you more time to chase trophy calico bass, hard-fighting yellowtail, and big black sea bass. After a full day on the water, return to our beautiful American-style home. Relax in your own private bedroom, spread out your tackle in our spacious garage, enjoy incredible meals prepared by our private chef, and gather around the fire, sharing stories of the day. Visit our website, casadecedros.com, or call me direct at 760-412-2507. At Casa de Cedros, you're not checking into a fishing lodge. You're coming to our home. Come as our guest, leave as family.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm so stoked, man, just being in the world headquarters, and fish are starting to bite again.
Get so excited listening to the report from Jeff at Cedros. And
Nice
hey,
week of
don't
weather,
forget,
man.
Ricky still has that trip down there in August, and there's still openings on it. So if you want to go with Ricky and the Let's Talk Hookup team, there's only 6 spots total, 5 because Ricky's one of them, but go ahead and call Jeff and get on that trip.
I know, just a good time of the year to be a part of the sport fishing fleet. And speaking of so, we have Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, Brian Woolley, and the Catch Report is sponsored by the Fish Pros of Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. It's where you get your premier processing experience. You can check out the easier online system to book your processing for your long-range trips. And with more team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. They have more same-day capacity and the finest customer service. Stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street, or you can just check them out at fishermansprocessing.com and make your reservations today. And good morning, Captain Woolley.
Hey, good morning, guys. What's happening there? Good stuff this morning.
Good times.
Yeah.
Morning, Woolley.
Good conversation with
What's
good
up,
friends.
Cam? Yeah, totally. And then that Cedros stuff sounds fun.
Right?
I got to get down there.
Yes, you do.
Totally.
You should talk to
Sounds like a
Jeff.
blast.
I'm sure Jeff would.
I took his number.
There it is. Yeah. Jeff's a good
Yeah,
dude,
for
knows the island like really, really well.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Well, our recap up here this week, man, we started like it was a wobbly week, I think would be a good way to describe it. Starting off, along the coast, like cooler water temps, more kind of in line what you would expect in a normal June, 63 to 65. I think that was due in part to that swell pushing in. We had the water rolled over a little bit from that. Little green through some stretches of our coast. Like from Dana Point down, it was a little off color, but from Dana Point up to through the closure there was really nice water. But large bait at the beginning of the week too. Had that bass fishing. It was a little tough. fly lining that bigger sardine, but we still managed to pick at some nice calico bass and some sand bass on that stuff. Fine line baits, we had to, strip out some of that bait on sliding sinkers, also got us some bites. A couple halibut in the mix, guys at the bottom with that bigger bait, and a few barracuda also on that larger sardine. Sheephead fishing on the sinker rigs was good too. Standout sheephead this week was a 17-pounder. That was caught in the shallows there this week. That was a nice looking fish. But by the end of the week, things kind of got back into it. We took some smaller anchovy in our receiver, and you know how that translates to that bass fishing for us. Things did perk back up even in that cooler water. So that was a good little bounce back for that fishing for the half day guys. On the rockfish front along the coast in that 40 to 50 fathom area, we saw some nice reds on the baits and the 100 to 150 gram jigs. Guys did real well on that stuff. Mixed bags with sculpin whitefish, just, your kind of standard rockfish stuff. Pretty solid for those guys fishing that cut bait there as well. And out on the 14, that deeper water rockfish still remained very good. Jig anglers going with like the 250 to 350 gram jigs had a blast and caught some real nice Floridas and Chilis. Some nice big Boccaccio on that bigger sardine out there as well. Catalina action this week was good too. The new San Mateo fished there yesterday on one of their first of their all-day trips that they're going to be running this season. They had some good yellowtail fishing. They had 5 fish there and some really good calico bass fishing. That yellowtail wasn't large. I think it was like 8 to 12 pound stuff. So still good, island grade fish. The Fury fished Monday at Catalina, and they stopped on a kelp on their way over there. Had a handful of 10 to 12 pound yellowtail on that. So that's a good sign, and that bodes well. That water off the beach has been really nice, 66 to 67 degrees. So keeping tabs on some of that kelp patty stuff. If you're coming fishing with us, bring a bait rod for sure. It's not just all rockfish. And then the Clemente, over at Clemente, the Fury, they had some of that bigger grade 18 to 25 pound yellowtail. That stuff slipped up a bit on the bait grounds over there for those guys day before. Let's see, that was on Friday they caught that fish. They had 20 fish for their morning, along with more great calico bass fishing and mixed bottom fish like the sheephead and whitefish. And a 6-pack boat Current got over there to a Clemente yesterday, and he had their sample yellowtail. I think he had 4 or 5 fish, a nice halibut, along with that really good bass fishing. So moral of the story this week was it's not how it starts, but how it finishes. Like I said, a little wobbly at the beginning, but things kind of bounce back here at the end. So looking forward to another good week here. If you want to hop on a trip, give us a call. Our number here, 949-496-5794. Of course, you can hit us on the web as well at danaworth.com.
Yeah, it's nicely said. And with a nice stretch of weather this week here, Brian, I mean, everything you just laid out sounded awesome, but I could only imagine this stretch of weather we have coming this week, it's going to be even better.
That just gets me excited, Brian.
To kind of get things back on track. So
yeah,
we're looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys start your you got Twilight? Did you guys start the evening? What does it call it? The sundowner ones where you guys have the band on the back of the boat. Did you guys start that yet?
Oh yeah, they've got that harbor cruise that goes on there Saturday nights. Yeah, we'll be doing that on the Dana Pride.
Yeah, that's always fun. That's a fun time. If you're ever down in the harbor and you got an evening available and they're doing that's always a fun when they just cruise around the harbor, band on the back, you just relax as the sun goes down.
I'll tell you, Woolie's commitment to fighting all these closures and showing up at the meetings and all his regulars and the presence it's incredible.
And you know, because you're there.
I'm there.
Yeah, you too. They just had the meetings down in San Clemente?
San Clemente.
San Clemente. The MPA meetings.
Yep.
And they're long.
Oh yeah. We've gone through 3 of them now. They were all long. But it's necessary. The people showing up, the testimony, the fishermen defending their right to have access to the fishery, the MPAs, the departments on our side on this one, on what they've come down with their decision making. It's just now what are the commissioners going to do with it? But right now, the rules of engagement were set by them, approved by them. Department came back with the correct decisions based on those rules of engagement. I just hope they voted that way.
But yeah, I just a thank you to Willie.
Yeah,
because it is a commitment from now doing it, and he's front and center.
Absolutely. Got to fight for that Laguna area.
Right on. Well, we did what we could to get there and to represent for sure. It's it's an important fight. It's not over. Keep those letters coming. This next commission meeting, there's going to be no talk on any of this MPA stuff, but it'll come back up here towards the end of the summer and into the early fall. So that's
the decisions will be made by November or something, right?
in theory.
In theory.
I think later in the year.
Yeah, they got to have at least, they got to come up and figure out what they want to decide on. Then they got to have a 2-meeting process to open it to public comment and then vote. So it'll be the end of the year, but keep engaged.
Right. And just, this is that time where that best available science, sometimes, it's a live and die by it, but you just got to go with it. And, we'll let those biologists and, experts in their fields be the ones that make those decisions here. And I think they made the right call this time for sure.
Yeah.
Well, good stuff, Brian. We appreciate you. And if somebody wants to get out fishing this week with a nice stretch of weather, how do we do it?
Cool. Give us a call here, 949-496-5794, or you can hit us on the web at danawharf.com.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you and your awesome reports every week. And
love Dana Wharf Sport Fishing.
Yeah, it's just in a beautiful part of our coastline and easy to get to, and open ocean, and all that great fishing is just right outside the harbor, a very short drive. Thank you, Brian.
All right, guys, have a great week.
All right.
You next week. See ya.
Hey, real quick, I got a good one here, Matt. He's asking, how do you like to pin your bait when you're going for yellowtail?
Oh, ooh, right.
That's always a good one.
I'm
back end, front end.
I'm a shoulder hook a lot.
Top end.
That's it. Top end.
I'm a shoulder hook or a belly hook. I'm the worst nose hooker ever.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if there's a lot of current and we're
Yeah.
anchored and stuff like that, but I shoulder hook a lot.
And nothing worse than nose hook and having the hook turn back around.
Totally.
Oh my God, the worst thing ever. Hey, we've got great conversations, some good stuff coming up ahead. We've got a whole nother hour. Enjoy this with Cameron from the Mission Belle. When we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and that 97.3 The Fan.
Do you know why 1 million customers visited Summit Gasoline last year at the San Diego Sports Arena? Because they give you the lowest price on fuel. Great service and easy access, even for trucks and trailers at their 24 pumps. Summit is known for the best price on ice, too. Almost half the cost of any other vendor. 25 pounds for just $3.99. Martha and her crew love fishermen, and they'll prove it by giving you 100 pounds free with a 35-gallon fill-up. Summit offers over 40 snacks and drinks to choose from for only 89 cents. And even a line of hand creams and lip balms for 89 cents, too. Summit now proudly offers locally made burritos and sandwiches. Made fresh daily and ready to go wherever the current takes you. Summit just upgraded their car wash. And for a limited time, get a deluxe car wash for only $6. Grab the wife's car, grab a cheap sandwich, and make up for the day on the water. Summit Gasoline. Lowest prices, friendliest staff, easy access, and free ice. What more can you ask for? In Southern California, saltwater fishing demands gear that performs when the pressure's on. That's why anglers from Santa Barbara to San Diego trust Maxima Fishing Line. Whether you're fishing inshore structure, running offshore for tuna, or targeting yellowtail in the kelp, Maxima has a line built for the way you fish. From the legendary Ultra Green to high-performance Tuna Blue, virtually invisible clear, and big game leaders with unparalleled shock resistance. Engineered for strength, built for abrasion resistance. Designed to help you stay connected when the fish of the day makes its move. Because in saltwater fishing, confidence matters. At the knot, at the hook, and at the rail. So before your next trip out of Long Beach, Dana Point, or San Diego, make sure your reels are loaded with Maxima. Available now at local tackle shops throughout Southern California. Learn more at MaximaFishingLine.com. Maxima Fishing Line. Best by test.
For local or long-range fishing, we have you covered. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. Being a part of the San Diego Sport Fishing Landing gives us a distinct advantage when it comes to getting you on the latest and hottest tackle for your trip. Our expert staff knows exactly what you need for your long-range or local trip, and we will not sell you something you don't need. We carry a huge inventory of the right tackle. So visit us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hardworking crew will make your fishing experience one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. All our open party trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hey, this is Michael King, starting pitcher from San Diego Padres.
Our season high 11 strikeouts for Michael King.
The Padres play here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And Odyssey Sports Station. This program is sponsored and produced by Let's Talk Hookup. Opinions and offers expressed during this program are not those of Odyssey or 97.3 The Fan. Sometimes they tell some pretty hefty fish stories. We don't know if they're true or not.
And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray, Rock God Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Welcome back, listeners. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup. Wayne Cotto here with Corey Sandin. We're in the world headquarters, Let's Talk Hookup, right here in Fisherman's Landing, Point Loma. We have our great guest we're talking with, Cameron Cribbens from the Mission Belle. And boy, we're just, it's never ending on the stories and everything that's going on out there, right, Corey?
Oh, it's all good, man. Just healthy ocean and good times. Yellowtail's starting to bite at the islands and again, right?
Yeah,
and things happening, and just stoked to be in the world headquarters with Cameron. If you want to join us, 833-288-0973. You can give us a call. Again, 833-288-0973, or send us a text via the app. Cameron's brought a full day trip on his boat on the Mission Belle out of Point Loma Sport Fishing for one lucky caller or texter. So if you're texting the show, make sure you leave your name or telephone number. And I think we're going to continue on with the fish report, right?
I think we have Gundy Gunderson on the phone
with our surf guru surf report of the week. Good morning, Gundy.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Morning.
Doing well, and just wondering if you maybe have a decent surf report, even with the surf up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll try to polish the side a little bit, but it's been a little challenging, you know. Kind of scratch fishing this week, like you said, the swell. It's getting wind on and off, so we have a real temperature dump soon. I'm looking forward to the weather, and it's supposed to really warm up this weekend. So,
hey, Gundy, Gundy, we have a really bad connection. If you can maybe try to call us right back if you can. Yeah,
no worries.
Yeah, because definitely hang up and try to call us back, and we'll get back to it. Okay.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, perfect. You want to take a call or a text, Wayne?
Why don't we take a caller?
Let's do that, and then we'll get back to Gundy's report, because I definitely want to hear that one. Let's go to Chuck. Chuck calling from Dana Point. Good morning, Chuck. Appreciate you joining us.
Oh, hey, guys. Talking about putting the hook in my mouth, talking about half days and twilight.
Right?
That's how I got started at twilight. Big old, probably 4.5 pound calico.
Nice.
You know, that set the hook. And then I went on my bird thing, and it was El Nino. And I caught a yellowfin tuna and 7 skipjack on a half day.
How about that?
So don't downplay the half days, man.
No,
Go out and have a burger. Show up at noon, 5. Come on, how easy is that?
And then, so how long did it take you
I've
to?
heard nothing but good about your boat, buddy.
Chuck, how long did it take you to put on your big boy pants and get on a 3/4 day or a full day trip?
That summer.
Yeah, there you go.
Man, I went out again, and now I got 2 rows of rods and reels in my garage. I'm just a junkie.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're just a beginner.
Yeah, right. No, it sounds like the rest of us. And you're
Get
stoked
out there and get a burger.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we appreciate the call this morning, Chuck, and I'm sure it's nice having Dana Wharf Sport Fishing right in your backyard. And I think we got the surf report again, right? The Gundy called back. Good morning, Gundy.
Yeah, how we sounding now?
Well, you definitely sound better. Yes. Good morning.
We'll take that. Yeah, when I was just, you know, the wind kind of rolled some things over, so it's a consistency thing. Scratch fishing with me, lots of junk in the water. You know, that was a complaint up and down the coast. But catches were still made, and it's all about finding the key stretches. You know, and this is where communication with your local tackle shop or guys who are on the water are really going to dial in their days with the producers. Hook, line, sinker reported the halibut bite was the best bait up there. No big fish, but a real good show on 18 to 25-inch fish. The white flukes, the white swim baits producing. Cut anchovy was also getting bites. You know, a lot of guys forget how well that cut anchovy is fished. Butterfly Beach down to the harbor. It's a clean stretch where the guys are finding some fish. Here's the juvenile white sea bass also outside the surf line, you know, along Galita Pier, Galita, Henry's, that stretch there. Sometimes the fish are cast, but just few leaders. You know, most of them are under that leader shot. Another big leopard shark, 5.5 foot, estimated at 50 pounds, caught and released off the flue there on a slab of mackerel. This fishing reported tough fishing in the bay, lots of kelp and eelgrass, a little bit of water, off-color water. The cleaner stretch for those guys is North Manhattan up to Dockweiler, picking out perch 8 inches, some small filters, and a few Corvina. Lots of small sand crabs, so you gotta bring another bait. You know, you gotta bring ghost shrimp or some lugworms or something. The crabs are real small, hard to fish those things with those little crabs. Big fish reported cooler temps, a little bit of off-color water, but still some nice halibut catches. Got a 17-pound fish at Alameda Bay there on a wide smell. The bay bass fishing is also been fished. Seaport Dana. You know, saw scrap fishing too, smaller perch and brokers. Pacific Coast reported South Beach fishing, lots of junk in the water, rolled over 63 to 66, so that's a problem. But it is bouncing back. Our best bet was in the harbors and the big, very good bay bass fishing. Short fins showing up at night there in the harbors. And several legal halibut, and the team of the legal halibut with the live smell. Got about 32 inch, I think a 30 or 28 inch. So there was some nice mid-sized fish in the bay on the smell. The big situation, Corey's kind of been up and down, especially on San Diego. Some stretches just dried up, you know, and that's kind of the function of this El Nino. You know, you'll see the bait sometimes go down. I remember the years of El Ninos and hot water down the Dana Point when I was on the bait with you. You know, we'd have to haul in the canyons and stuff, and hope that bait comes up at night. So you'll see the pelicans get greedy, and you know, some of these are elements of warmer water, and I think that's just around the corner.
Yeah, definitely, Gundy. And you know, you were a little scratchy, but we got a great portion of the report, and man, a 17-pound halibut on a smelt, man, I'd take that anytime at all. And you know, with the surf coming down this week, a little bit of a south swell, but the swell coming down for the rest of the week. I definitely look forward to a great report next week, Gundy. And you put so much into it and all your tackle shops up and down the coast. And it's such an important thing to support that brick and mortar tackle shop, man. Thank you, Gundy.
Absolutely.
Right, that's right. Absolutely right. You know, with the junk in the water, it's just tough lure fishing. But sometimes, you know, you switch to the bait, you can do really well. Don't forget about that cut anchovy. That fishing well in these circumstances.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. That cut anchovy can change your whole position right there too. And Gundy, thanks for the report. You have a great week, and we definitely appreciate everything you put into it all week. And look forward to next week's report. Thank you.
Thank you, you guys have a good week.
Thank you, Gundy. And that was brought to us by surffishtackle.com. That's Bill Varney's website right there. And for all your surf fishing needs, that's where you go, surffishtackle.com.
Hey, why don't we take another call there, Corey?
Let's do that, and we can talk to Reggie, the one and only Reggie from Camarillo. Good morning, Reggie.
Yo, good morning, guys. How you doing this morning?
Doing
excellent.
Doing very well, man. What's happening in the Reggie's world?
Man, I mean, that's just going to start off by saying, it sounds like we need to get my man Gundy a new cell phone, man. I love his reports weekly, but I need to hear him clearly, man. We need to start a GoFundMe for him to get a new cell phone.
I know. I thought the call him back might change it, and it did a little bit, but I got enough of it.
Yeah. It was definitely better the second time for sure. Sure. But yeah, I just wanted to call and give Cameron his props, his dues, man. Like, I've been fishing the Belle for 12 years. Open party, chartering the boat, and just over the last couple of years since he's owned it, he's been doing like all these upgrades, like to the galley, even the galley snacks. The crew is awesome. And they're even doing stuff on social media that's relating to this generation. So major props to Cameron. So if you're going to come on the Belle, I'm going to give you a bit of advice. He probably doesn't want me to say this publicly, but I'm going to say it anyways. Bring him some pistachios. Bring him a couple of bags, because that guy, when he's working, he's focused. He won't eat anything else. He'll just be looking for yellowtail, eating pistachios. And Cameron, I just got one other thing for you, man, and I want you to solve this mystery for us.
Oh boy.
So please answer it. If not, still got respect for you. On your social media, there's some guy that goes by the name of Captain McNugget. Who's that?
Oh, that's the ultimate. That is the ultimate.
Is there an inside joke on the whole thing?
There's a mystery man in social media called Fish McNugget.
Does Booger have a new handle or what?
We don't know. We don't know. I'll work on that one, Reggie.
Some unsavory.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. Oh, Reggie. Well, thank you for the call, Reggie.
Giving out the secrets on the pistachios. Oh, is that shelled, unshelled?
Doesn't matter.
Salted, salt and pepper?
My go-to, the Costco 2-pound.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like those salt and pepper ones.
Do you?
Yeah. I can go half a bag in a sitting.
Man, we could have a whole segment on
I can
pistachio talk.
I can always tell when Reggie, if I'm off and he comes out, because I get to the chair and there's big old just 2-week status of pistachios in the chair.
So cool.
That's funny.
Reggie's always a lively one. Always nice having him on air.
He's the best.
Yeah.
So, hey, we got a text here from Rick. He's asking, I want to upgrade my yo-yo dropper loop setup. What do you recommend and what do you use?
I'm a Fathom 40. I love them. They brought the OG ones back. It's 2-speed. It's relatively inexpensive as far as the reels go. God,
that first gen is bulletproof too.
It's the best.
It is very solid.
Man, I'm blanking on Chris. Is probably. They sent me a CalStar 6470, maybe.
You're looking at the wrong guy because I'm not a number dude. I'm a hammer and nail kind of guy.
Same.
And if it works,
CalStar, when Chris took over, they sent us this package and it's like, oh, this is the ultimate.
Yeah.
And but something 7 foot, I like a little bit longer, 7 and a half
with a
foot.
medium.
Yeah.
With a medium action, I think is important.
Yeah. And mono. We saw so much short top shot yo-yo setups this year. And mono is such a factor.
So what happens with the Spectra or Power Pro short top shot scenario?
You just lose your stretch, I feel, and just forgiveness of the whole thing. And I mean, there's times, we stop the boat and 30 people dropping down and tangles, and it's friendly for the crew. It's friendly for the angler. It's easy to cut, retire. You're not worried about short top shots. And just, a lot of the fish, they're 25, 30 pounders. They pull hard. There's a lot
when they take a run.
Yeah. And there's
something's got to give.
Yes.
And it's right at the end when they're at color and they're bobbing. But if they take that run and you don't have some forgiveness, a drag backed off a little bit of a parabolic rod, a leader, something.
Yeah.
Something's going to break. And it's usually the fish coming off your line somewhere.
Yeah. And there's so many variables to that as well, Wayne.
Yeah.
Like the rolling the boat,
Totally.
The fish wanting to surge and do its thing, and the roll of the boat and lifting the rod to get over your neighbor's, rod. And it just, there's so many variables to where, like you're saying, man, that mono if you were to take 40-pound mono and tie it off to your trailer hitch and just walk away, like 60 feet. I mean, just put it, at like an average boat length, 60, 70 feet. You're going to be able to get probably 4.5, 5 feet of stretch out of that easily, like without even.
A lot of our stops this year, would be kind of like outside the structure, 23, 24, 30 fathom.
Okay.
And we'd get these drifts where we'd catch a bunch of yellowtail, and then kind of as we started drifting into the structure, and guys, everyone's 6Xs are down near the bottom, and we'd come up on the northeast corner of the rock pile, or, it's just like, oh no, you'd see everyone start hooking the bottom.
Yeah.
Myself included and the crew. You want to talk about a butt kicker, trying to break
Yeah.
free a 6X from
Yeah.
the bottom on 40-pound, stretch
With
in
mono,
and,
yeah.
and
It's nearly impossible.
It's nearly impossible. I'd like run up to the wheelhouse and each crew member would have someone's bumping it into gear to kind of help because the stretch. And it's
I think some of the key like learning tools or learning like steps in my fishing life was learning mono. Like we
Yeah.
learned on the mono end. And once you understand everything you described, when you use what we have today as Power Pro, now you know how to pull on a fish.
Totally.
Now you know when to pull and when not.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And so that's, I mean, monos.
Even fly lining, we've really gotten into the fluorocarbon short top shot, a lot of spectra. I fish a lot of baits throughout the summer.
Yeah.
I fish mono, not a ton, but enough that I can cast a bait out and it goes for 5 seconds, and then here comes my spectra.
Right.
But I'm a big mono person. It's easy to use.
So like bait fishing, how much mono do you wind on? I mean, enough for a cast length, I'm assuming?
80, 100 feet.
Okay.
Something like that. Something where I can cast, or if I get in a tangle, I can cut out and retie and still have, I'm not dealing with my knot.
Which is awesome because now you have the benefits of both. Like if you hook a bigger fish that wants to run, you've got the backing.
100%.
And if you hook, like you're talking about, 22, 25, 30-pound yellowtail on a common, and when that fish gets within a boat length, now you're on the mono situation.
I'll tell you one thing I've noticed, and for some reason this year it sticks out the most, is we've lost like people's arsenals the 30-pound fly line bait setup.
It's a missing part of the
Lexas and Tranks. They're awesome. I own a bunch of Tranks. They are great reels. When it comes to fly lining, our traditional, 500 Jigmaster,
Open bail.
Torium, open bail, stiff rod, a 25-pound yellowtail on a fly line bait and a bass rod with a Lexa or a Tranks. It's an epic battle.
Yeah.
It is, they're great lure raw reels and stuff like that, but fly lining and stuff like that.
There was always this question because when you got to the 500, when do you cross back over to the open reel, right? The Trinidad or the Tranks or the Talica. When do you switch back over? Because they got those coming down smaller.
Yeah.
And it's that, do you want to have that level line? Do you want to have that low profile bait cast feature? Is castability, but they both have the same castability
and they work.
They work, but there is a level to them.
I have a whole charter that fishes Lexa's fly line. And when they get a bite, they all yell Lexa, and it works.
Yeah.
But the 270 and the, 25 size reel is so huge for the Coronado Islands for a fly line setup.
where you can kick butt on a yellowtail.
You can kick
or,
butt.
You're
in
can-
the driver's seat.
You can still manage a 40-pound fish
Yeah.
decently, if that was the case, or a
Yeah.
30-pounder. Like,
I the old school guys and the guys who have done it, they all have it, but it seems like the new generation of kids that go from, fishing the docks and stuff like that, they have these, it's 30-pound, I can do it. And it's like, it can.
No, you can.
Private boaters, I think, private boating is a little bit different situation.
Totally.
Like,
absolutely.
But when you're from the Mission Belle on the deck, on the anchor, completely different.
Yeah. You want to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah. And that would be, even going to a smaller Trinidad would be.
I'm a Talica 10.
Yeah.
Totally.
My Talica 10 is so versatile. You can catch almost anything locally with it. You can always size down your leader. You can always size up your leader. You have plenty of capacity, plenty of drag, 2-speed if you need it because you're deep. It's so all around for me. I like my low profile, but I'm a light tackle guy. I will try always to be on the lightest tackle, always to my detriment on a big fish. You never look at a big fish and go, God, I wish I was on a smaller reel.
Which is true, right?
Yeah. But you got to look at the situation. If you're on a small tackle on a big boat with a lot of people, are you putting yourself at a disadvantage and everybody else around you at a disadvantage? And that's what Cameron's talking about.
Yeah. I have a set of 4 CalStars with Fathom 25, the OG 1-2 speeds. And I hand most of them out every trip to fly line. Here, fly line with this.
Yeah.
Try this. Oh, this is, they get a bite, they wind it in, they have the power, and it's like, oh, I see it.
Yeah, to be able to back spool on an open reel versus what do you do on a small one?
Totally.
You're clicking in and out all the time,
Yeah.
right? Right. I agree. It's just a different technique, and that forgiveness. We're going away from mono because everybody went to braid, short top shots. What knot are you tying? Because this is always the critical factor: is nobody wants that knot going through their guides and on their thumb when they're casting. Right. That's always been the kind of the rub.
Yeah.
So what knot are you tying between your connections?
I'm a uni to uni.
Are you?
Yeah, up to like 50 pound. I'm a uni to uni.
You haven't met the RP knot yet?
I once I get higher up in line, I'm an RP knot guy for sure.
I switched over, man.
I went to the FG.
Did you?
Because the FG knot
See,
is
that's
really
fancy.
It's fancy, but once you get the technique down, it is smooth and it goes through the guides without catching.
Oh,
It
there you
really
go.
does. And you'll see it more in the freshwater side because you got smaller guides usually. Open water, big reels, big guides, no big deal, right? You don't have that same thing, except your thumb gets burned having a bigger knot, right? And when you're casting in saltwater.
Yeah.
It's just a larger line, larger knot.
I lived with a back-to-back uni. Like
Yeah.
that was my go-to.
I get
and-
fancy. I tuck the tag ends through the middle,
yeah. Okay.
but it's
That's getting fancy.
It's fancy.
Yeah.
And it's an easy knot to teach people. I'm always trying to teach. Hey, can you tie this on? And it's like, okay, watch this.
And it's fairly easy.
And
to,
you can watch
to
it and
teach.
when you tie it right.
Yeah. Well, you can't go wrong with either one, I think, right?
Looks like we have the Anglers Realtor just calling in.
Oh, we've got Yusef Husseini on the line. Good morning, Yusef. It's our fishdope.com.
Good morning, guys.
Yeah, with our fishdope.com report. Appreciate having you on. What's happening?
Oh, not too much. Yellows are biting good, and we still got some sea bass around. I'm going to start up in the Channel Islands area. Santa Cruz has been seeing a bunch of sea bass action lately. The best bite is in the Christie's area. Live squid is the top bait, but guys are getting them on the white fluke style plastics. Over at Catalina, the backside's fishing really well for yellowtail and sea bass. Farnsworth Bank is producing some sluggers. 30 to 40 pound brutes they're pulling out of there. Salta Verde and Whale Rock are also holding some solid yellows in the 15 to 25 pound class. And the front side has the normal smaller fish, 3 to 8 pounds. San Clemente Island has really good yellowtail action at the Runaway Kelp, North Harbor, and Pyramid Cove. Normal deal. It's best when there's some downhill current. Biting really good from 3 a.m. to sunrise. The front side, they've been catching them in the day, 6 to 18 pounds. Closer to home, Del Mar through Point Loma is seeing some good yellowtail action still in the 20 to 35 pound class range. It's been best in the mornings. Northwest Corner and Children's Pool are the hot spots. La Jolla kelp beds are also lit up with calico bass and shots at yellows and white sea bass. Coronado Islands rock pile area has been improving quite a bit. Conditions are cleaning up in the water there. There have been some reports on the rock pile of some decent sized yellows. They're starting to chew again. Going offshore, kelp patty yellowtail is kind of the show here. They're spread out all along the ridge and the 181, 182 area down to the 209. Fish ranging from rats about 4 pounds up to 30 pound class. There also are some Dorado showing up in the area and being picked up as well as jumbo bonito. The corner and farther west, there are some out there as well. There were some bluefin spotted near the Cortez Bank this last week as well. Smaller groups of medium-sized fish, but nothing to shake a stick at. These bluefin, they're kind of vaporizing a little bit. And it's been about 5 days now since we've heard about a good school being caught. Down in Salsa Puedes area, there has been some good yellowtail fishing down there as well, between there and Isolite. And it's about all that's going on right now, guys. Really good yellowtail fishing, though, on the kelp patties, and Dorado are starting to show up. So hopefully those bluefin pop back up here soon.
Yeah, definitely. And,
It'll happen.
Yeah, and a nice stretch of weather coming this week. And, if you're on a trip, leaving tonight, tomorrow night, I mean, you're pretty much in the stoked position as far as our weather coming, the fish starting to bite. And, yeah, and what's happening in your world with the real estate? How's that
Real
moving?
estate market's pretty good. It's staying steady. It's not going crazy or anything. Interest rates keep bouncing up and down from about 6 1/4, 6 3/4. As soon as oil comes down a little bit, we should see the action pick up and see people getting in the market a little more. One thing right now to note is properties are becoming pretty highly negotiable. It's really turning into more of a buyer's market everywhere around San Diego right now. So if you're sitting on the fence, it's better to buy now, pay a little more in interest because most of it's a write-off anyway, and then refi your way down. You'll get a better deal on the home and your payment will be less in the future. So that's my recommendation of the day.
And that's a great tip too. I mean, if you're in the market wanting to purchase, or maybe you wanted to get out of your home and into maybe a different region or something, you're the guy to talk to, Yusuf.
You got it.
Yeah, and how do we get a hold of you?
You can get me on my cell phone, 619-277-2169. You can also get me on social media at the Anglers Realtor. And if you want a free home evaluation, go to SoCalHomeEval.com.
Well, we definitely appreciate you being a part of the show, and you're a really good guy from the heart that makes the best deals you can for your customers and clients, and appreciate everything you put into it, Yusuf.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
All right. You have a great week. Look forward to next week's report as well, with a nice week of weather coming. I'm sure it'll be on the upper end. Thank you.
Thanks, Joseph.
Yep. Take care, guys.
All right. Hey, and that report was sponsored by the fishdope.com. The code this week, Hookup Now, lowercase, no space, $30 off your subscription. Subscription.
Yeah, for your yearly thing. And I mean, nothing better to have,
and
right?
It's going to be so important this year, so you don't go just driving around out there. You use all the tools available to put you on the spot to have the most opportunity to go catch fish.
You don't have to follow Cameron around. How about that?
Cameron will thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a text here from Tyler. He says, any insight on the influx of white sea bass showing up at the islands this year? Do you think it'll be something that's a recurring event?
I don't know. I think there's always a little bit around, talking to the guys who have done it forever and the history hits and stuff like that. It very well could be. I know Booger had a pretty good hit in the Lee a couple of weeks ago, and Mike Jewett came fishing. He comes fishing.
No, come on.
He went from the barefoot crazy captain to the full-blown passenger. It's awesome.
Crazy on the light side. Come on.
And a
good guy though.
Oh, he's the best. And so he comes out a couple times a year and talking about Barracuda Cove and anchoring up and white jigs and stuff. And I think it's just timing it with that elusive fish where right place, right time, you get this giant hit.
And we, like earlier we were talking, and we talk about it a lot, like the ocean is in a very healthy place.
Yeah.
It's a lot of squid, a lot of chovy. There's so much sea bass around. I mean, it's from Cedros to San Francisco.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, even past Cedros.
Right.
Yeah. And they're big. You're seeing tankers come over the rail right now.
But not only that, Wayne, there's a lot of healthy, like just legal.
Yeah.
And sublegal.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of sublegal to 10, 12 pounders, which is awesome. And
we used to catch them at that South Ribbon kelp when that kelp used to be on the surface.
Yeah.
And we'd go back and forth, and the yellowtail and the white sea bass used to hide in there.
Yeah, I mean, the boat this year has stopped on a school yellowtail, caught 4 yellowtail and a 35-pound white sea bass.
Really?
Yeah,
Mixed in.
in.
Oh, wow.
So who knows?
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
You don't see that often at all.
No, very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, they usually don't mix. You have a good
text?
There's so many coming in. I do have a good one. And this is around the surface iron world. And it comes from Daniel in Santa Barbara. Thank you for sending this. This says, good morning, gents. Great having Cameron on the show. I've noticed that sometimes fishing a faster retrieve and there's a lot of current, your surface iron will pop out of the water. Question for Cameron. How can you tell if a surface iron is made for a slower or a faster retrieve? And I just bring this up because, I mean, everybody's into surface iron fishing, right?
Yeah, it's trial and error. It's like I can have a lure tied on my rod that works great and I get bites, and then all of a sudden we're anchored and I cast it and I know it catches fish, but it's like, man, this isn't working.
Yeah. It's just not swimming properly.
It's not swimming, or it's skipping out of the water, especially, like North Island, if we're kind of sitting in the wash a little bit. I just grab a different one that I have confidence in. You know,
You got to know which way that swell's going. Down swell or up swell will change that, how you're pulling it through the water.
Yeah, and we fished in a lot. There's been a lot of rips this
Yeah.
year and a lot of weird current.
Like swirling.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, or kind of that, you know, where it does like the short chop thing.
Okay.
There's been a lot of
like
that.
chop against chop.
Yeah.
Like little peaks and valleys.
Totally.
Really?
You know,
Wind against swell.
Yeah.
Or coming off the island.
Coming off the island,
Yeah.
the backwash or the uphill current or whatever it
And
is.
surface iron are so tricky. I mean, they've got it down, like Brandon and the boys and Brala with the two fish jigs. They're machining them to where they're identical, but there's still variances, man. There's still like you can, and they've got it down better. Like you can probably take 7 out of 10, where the old school Tatty 45, I mean, it was 1 out of 25.
I'm a diehard to the 7X.
Are you okay?
I love a 7X.
Which
but
swim badass?
They're awesome. But I'll
Yeah.
tell you, those Brandon and Brawl and those guys, those two fish jigs are getting tested every day.
Every day.
Matt Brawla is testing those lures every day.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times we'll be driving down towards the rock pile and he'll be like, all right, here it comes, and the blue bag comes over the side. And then I grab and he's like, try that one today. And it's like, I don't like that one,
It's funny because if you fish a lot of jigs, like we go on a boat, we'll have a whole slew of jigs in our bag, but every time you cut and tie a new one on, you got to re-practice to find out what the cadence on that jig specifically is. And you got to be careful because as you go and throw and you get excited, you got a high-speed reel now. Most people don't run a low-speed reel. So you get excited, you start winding, you're just winding too fast, and that thing is skipping along the top of the water. You wind it a little too slow, or you got to watch which way the current's going, the swell's going, because that'll change the cadence of the line of the jig in the water. And it's hard. You got to know. And you watch guys that are really good, the Danny Wades of the world, and they're just experts at being good at that cadence thing, right? Throwing it and knowing exactly how to make that thing swim. They can feel it in their reel while they're retrieving. That is kicking.
And I think, wouldn't you agree, Cameron? Like every surface iron has its own character.
Totally. Fast ones, slow ones.
You could go to the two fish jig or the 7X lineup and pull 3 jigs that all look exactly the same, right? 3 7Xs look exactly the same, but they've all got their little nuance. They all swim great.
Yeah.
But they all have their own character.
I had a pink two fish jig, and I'm not really like a bright color lure guy.
Has to be something Brandon threw at you.
Matt had given it to me, and it was like, it almost swam too good, and I lost. I was devastated. It's like, and then all of a sudden, here comes Boda, and now I have every size in pink.
Yeah.
And they're good lures.
I got to laugh. That pink two fish jig was like the best jig down at Cedros last year when I was
Come
on
on.
my trip. And then the captain of the boat, the Pangaro used it and lost it. I was like, I wanted to cry. I just wanted to cry. I'm like, not that jig of all jigs, please.
No, the pink one, huh?
Yeah, the pink
one. My gosh. Hey, we're going to be right back. All this great conversation, and we've got more coming up when we return on Southern California Sport Fishing Voice. That's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at Fine Tackle Dealers.
Ford is celebrating our country's 250th anniversary with big savings for you. Employee pricing is back at your local San Diego County Ford dealers. You pay what we pay across the full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. We're here for those who build America, those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay for tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come? If that's who you are, you value what we value, and you should pay what we pay. Now get employee pricing across the Ford lineup. Go to your local San Diego County Ford dealer today.
Rock Cod Rick here to tell you about Parker Boats and the guys at West Coast Marine. By now, you all know my boat partner and I bought a new 25 Parker center console from crew at West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa. We've known for a long time that a Parker was the boat for us. It's a stout workhorse of a boat built to last and get you home when the seas get rough. Park your boats at the launch ramp, the offshore tuna grounds. You wake up in the morning on an overnight trip, and there they are. Park your boats of all sizes, fishing in the same areas as the sporties. There's a good reason for it: fishability and seaworthiness. West Coast Marine has several new Parkers in stock and ready for delivery. And they have more on the way. Don't get caught without a reliable boat when fishing is this good. Take it from me, if you're ready for a new Parker at a fair, upfront, and honest deal, you need to see West Coast Marine. Check out the inventory and information at westcoastmarine.com.
Every boater wants reliability and peace of mind on the water. And that's exactly what Towboat US San Diego provides. As part of the largest on-water towing fleet in the nation, Towboat US San Diego is ready to respond when you need them. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. As a member, you get free towing, free fuel delivery, free jump starts, and many more services. Now is a great time to sign up for a Boat US membership, as they are celebrating their 60th anniversary by giving away a 21-foot Grady white boat, plus lots of other prizes. Entry is free. Sign up at boatus.com. Let's face it, when you're out on the water, things happen fast. And Towboat US San Diego can help you get home safe. Their fleet of boats and professional captains are standing by ready to lend you a hand when you need it. Membership is inexpensive and is certainly a must-have for any boat owner. Check BoatUS.com for details and sign up for the Grady White Boat Giveaway, which ends June 15th. Towboat US San Diego, your friend on the water.
Seasoned long-range fishermen know that the Red Rooster 3 is the finest fishing vessels in terms of technology, design, speed, comfort, and safety. This 105-foot sport fishing yacht meets every demand for comfort while delivering an unforgettable fishing vacation. Captain Andy Cates and crew are experienced, friendly, and sincere in their desire to help you have the trip of a lifetime. Book a trip on the Red Rooster 3, and you'll be back. Trips fill fast. So check redrooster3.com or call Lee Palm Sport Fisheries at 619-224-3857.
Good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup, and just having a great time in the world headquarters here, talking good times, and yellow's starting to bite at the islands, things starting to happen. And if you want to join us, there is an open line for you at 833-288-0973, or you can text us via the app. Make sure you do leave your name and telephone number, because at the end of the show, we're giving away a full-day trip on the Mission Belle out of Point Loma Sport Fishing, and you can join Cameron and bring your pistachios and have a great time. Your surface iron as well.
Isn't that true? Man, we started talking about surface iron, and at the break, that's all we're doing. We're foaming at the mouth, talking about all the different types of jigs and how we use them, in the colors and the sizes and the different formats. And oh my God, it's just so much fun, because we could do this for the next 5 days.
And you think about it, I mean, the whole surface iron thing really is a Southern California bite thing. It's like Santa Barbara to, well, I mean, of course it goes down, but it's a San Diego, really.
It's
Southern California.
Yeah.
This year we've had such good yellowtail fishing this spring, and it's kind of like made me really just appreciate owning Mission Belle, is how many sport boat operators and sport boat legends all of a sudden are like walking on the Mission Belle to go fishing for
super cool.
John Bass, Mike Jewett,
yeah,
Matt Cullen, who ran the Indy for Independence forever. I was off. I went on vacation in April, and I'm getting pictures. Brian Kiyahara's fishing on the from the American Angler, is on the Mission Belle, and it's like, you didn't wait. Yeah, like what? It's the ultimate. Coronado Island, yellowtail, surface iron, yo-yo. It's the apex,
and it's an affordable ticket, really. If you're listening and you want to go out, I invite you, and those that have a private boat, go to Summit Gasoline, the least expensive gas on the planet, right now. Go fill up your boat. Go buy the bait receiver and pick up your 2 scoops. Just put it at a minimal, and purchase your permits and go the whole route. And for the 2 of you that are on your boat, for probably less money, you could have jumped on the Mission Belle and had, how many scoops of bait do you carry?
In a perfect world, we take about 180.
Okay, 180 scoops by 28 people.
180 scoops and a cheeseburger and a breakfast burrito, and you didn't have to drive, and you don't have to clean the boat. There's a whole lot to it.
It really is. It's the ultimate value. I mean, we leave, and it's the full day. It is.
Relax. Go down in the galley. Go talk to your buds. You don't have to deal. You don't have to stress. You're not the captain having to go find those fish. Leave that up to the professionals. And it's just a good day on the water. You can just relax. And that's what you're seeing is captains getting on the boat, relaxing because they love the water, but they just need a day off.
How many of those guys you mentioned have their long rod up on the bow?
All of them.
I love it.
They all do, and
it.
they all. It's as soon as that first boil happens or the first yellowtail swirls in
Flash
the circle,
come through.
It is, you just see it. You know, it's. I mean, even for me, and I can guarantee it for Brawler and Booger, it's the same. Coming around and they start the adrenaline. It's the ultimate. It's the ultimate high.
That's why we do it, man.
Yeah.
That's and to be able to hop on the bell and go do that. I mean, it's super
Nothing
cool.
better.
Yeah, you have a text, Wayne?
We got one.
Yeah.
Stephen Fallbrook asking, and this is always going to be the question for you, buddy. It's what are the 3 setups you're going to take rigged for the full day trip tomorrow?
Yo-yo setup, 40, 50 pound. It can also kind of be your cod's, bottom fish if that's what we choose to do. 25 or 30 pound fly line bait setup and your long rod. And you are golden.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
Exactly.
And if you bring the 4th, you got to bring, the bass rod.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now you're talking.
Yeah.
And the calico fishing could actually be pretty good at the islands.
So
yeah.
good. There's so many times we anchor up and it's like all of a sudden these nice calicos start coming over the rail.
2 and 3 pounders,
Yeah.
like a common scene.
Totally. And, guys like, oh, not a yellowtail. It's like, are you kidding me? Look at this thing.
Look at this beautiful
Yeah.
fish. Yeah.
They're the ultimate indicator of when conditions are getting right.
They'll be like the first to perk up.
First, you see one flip and it's like, okay, whatever's here is right.
So earlier I was telling you about the whole Salsapoides squid and that late 80s, early 90s kind of thing, and the bluefin that would flash through, super light line. Like you seriously, you'd have a number 4 hook and a full size squid, on 15 pound. Like that was the get up, Today, the bluefin that are around the islands. I mean, have you seen them this year? Because there's flashes of them the last 10 years that just blow my mind, the size of the fish.
I have not personally seen them. There was one day Booger was kind of on the lower end of things. We were up at the islands and he referred to it as an oceanic flat spot.
Really?
Just a big old giant flat spot of them milling around in the shallows.
Really?
Yeah.
In the shallows.
Yeah. East of SKR a little bit.
East.
In the flats,
That's inside, like straight toward Rosarito.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
man.
they're there.
It's kind of neat to see. Do you think the pins, the bluefin pins there
We were
kind of
talking about that. We've seen it now, especially since this whole tuna pin thing and fish associating in and outside the pins. And they're towing pins in daily.
Okay. Currently?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you would have to think, maybe they do follow them in.
Maybe.
Were those pins out by the 425 out there, 371 out there?
Yeah, I don't know how the stages of it work. There's the ones at the islands. There's, the fleet that's towing them just outside around the 425 and all that. And then those seiners, they have room on their quota. So they were out a couple weeks ago and caught another batch. So I don't know, if they soak out there for a little bit and then come in or
get them acclimated.
Yeah. How, get them stable and then bring them in. But yeah, there's about a pin a day coming in probably.
Pretty interesting. I bet you all those pins like on the lee south, like it creates a habitat actually.
It has to.
Like all that structure. It's almost like having kelp stringing up, right?
Yeah, I'm okay with the pins there. It's a whole ecosystem, and
Well, they're feeding them too.
Feeding them
So
daily.
they're blowing. They seine up the fish and then they blow them into those pens. Well, you don't think everything ends up in those pens. So there's bait running around there. Other fish are going to pull up just like anything, right? When they're going to see that kind of collection.
It's a puree that they feed them. It's we've seen like the evolution where it was snow shovels of dead bait and big foamers inside the pins. Now it's almost like it's soup.
Oh, really?
So this 3-inch PVC comes down and just feeds, and so they're not fighting now.
Right.
Because when they were creating competition, they were smashing into each other and damaging the product.
Interesting.
And so now it's just this red soup going in.
It's probably like quarter-sized chunks where they just slurp it down.
Yeah, and so all that filter feeds.
I was going to
out
say
and
that's a chum. That's a chum.
Yeah, you
slick.
can just think of the 8-10 pound calico bass that are just sitting there.
Can you imagine? I mean, it's in a respectful way. As a private boater, you got to stay away from all that activity. It's it's a business and a commercial activity that they've created, right?
Yeah, those guys are working for sure.
And the lines, the poly, I've seen some of that, man. Like the poly they have coming up and floating off of that, you definitely want to stay away.
There's some scary ropes there for sure.
Yeah. Some booby traps waiting for you.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, we talk about the half and the 3/4 day or full day trips being kind of the entry level for a lot of people getting their salt. And so we get listeners on the phone or calling in, and there's quite a few texts going on talking about all the parts of what we do. So we talk about rods and reels and line all the time, but there's the terminal tackle side, right? What are the minimum things that you think that everybody should have? Size of hooks, leader material, crimps or weights or whatever, right? To go on your boats.
Man, a handful of hooks, anything from like a number 2 or number 4 in case there's anchovies to the 2-0.
J or circle?
I'm a J hook guy. Yellowtail, I'm a J hook
Just
guy.
old school.
Just old school.
Yeah.
What is it, a 94 150?
And for
Little
yellows,
mustad pack.
for yellows, it's perfect.
It's the best.
Yeah.
And they work great. A 2-0 with a squid strip if we go bottom fishing. Couple 4-6 ounce torpedo sinkers. You don't need to bring a bunch. The boat has a bunch. I'm a terrible businessman, so anything somebody needs, I'm handing out.
You just want people to catch fish.
That's it. Yeah, it's your couple favorite surface irons and yo-yo fishing. It was a couple junior size and a couple full size 6X's.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. We see these guys bring these giant SKB boxes, and I get it. It's all our toys. We got to make sure we have everything.
Right.
A 3,700 size roller bag.
But then you see the same guy that's going to have a successful day with just a little duffel, a tiny little Milwaukee drill bag.
Ken Corwin, he goes on a long range trip and it's this little wooden box. He only does small hooks. He only does leaders. He only does bait. He doesn't do jigs. That's it. That's a little baby box, and that's all he brings.
I've spent a lot of time on the ocean with Ken Corwin.
On the American Angler.
Oh, yeah. And that's it. It's this big.
Yeah, little wooden box.
Simple.
Simple.
Hasn't changed in 20 years.
But we've got to have all the jigs.
You got to have it all.
Man,
you need it.
I'm trying to imagine a world without it. Come on.
What if it's, they're eating red jigs and you only have blue?
Right.
You can't be that guy.
Right? Exactly.
Got to have your swim baits. I'm a fan. We talked about it yesterday. We're trolling along, and what do? You drop back. You drop back a swim bait. You don't drop back the metal one. You drop back a swim bait. That little paddle tail gets them on fire.
You know what's crazy that has befounded me? The whole fluke thing. Like how much of that do you see on the boat?
Came back around.
Yeah, we don't see it like Ventura,
no,
for sure. But there's more.
But it's up and down the coast.
Yeah,
I mean,
Cedros.
Big.
Yeah. It's the white fluke. It's coming. It's here. It's a thing.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Man. It's crazy to see it. It's something I made for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And it was always in the mix. It was always, but now, like Johnny Adana, I filled him up at our sale 2 weeks ago, and immediately after he's like, Corey, the Indians are getting restless over here. Seriously. Yeah. That quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
We just go through these phases. It's so funny.
But there are things that work, and it's like this whole surface iron thing. It's something that'll never leave our fabric.
No, never.
It works.
It works.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. You have a good
so
time?
much fun. Actually, I don't have one lined
here's
up.
a good
Sorry.
one here.
I'm too busy talking.
Another one. That we already talked about that one. That was Tyler that we just talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's a question for the captain. How do you approach a kelp patty on a private boat? Because you've done both, versus being on the big boat.
Same. Slow, downwind of it. Not too close that if you get a bite, the yellowtail runs straight in the kelp and breaks you off. They'll come to you. You can set up where you're a jig cast away. And if they're into it and want to do it, they will come to you. And just downwind. That way everyone who's fishing the upwind side, your baits are working towards the kelp. And just slow. Idle up on them, slide into it. And
so if you're throwing a jig and you throw to the side of the kelp, Eddie, never throw out a kelp. You throw on the side. Do you let it sink out, or do you start pulling right away?
I just fish like a normal surface iron. Yeah.
Line. Okay.
If it's choppy or something, maybe a 5-10 seconds so your jig's not instantly skipping, but yeah, it's a fish habitat. It's not a target.
I think you're literally hitting a target. Okay. Because private boaters, they look at the kelp, and it might only be as big as your coffee table or dining room table, right? I mean, let's just put an average one out there, and they think the whole mix of the habitat is in that coffee table.
Yeah.
It's you're looking at it completely wrong. That coffee table is creating habitat for all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-inch bait fish.
Yeah.
It could be rockfish.
How many times a private boater drives right up to a kelp patty and drops on them? You're like, what are you doing?
But that's exactly what I'm trying to lay out, because the ecosystem, the main ball of fish that you want to target, yellows, tuna, whatever it might be,
Dorado,
they could be 100 yards off of the kelp. They're circling. They're a part of that ecosystem. And I think that's where the private boater sometimes goes wrong, right? I mean,
yeah,
you have a sonar, you can see it, but they can't.
I mean, we've all, you're looking through the gyros and you see a kelp, and as you start getting closer a mile, you can sometimes, you see the breezer of them milling around, but yeah, they're never like in it.
Right.
It's just around it.
Correct.
And if they're into you and they want to buy it, they'll find the bait.
It's better to start like on a private boater, side saddle it like upwind and drift by it, and that fish will come to you. Like you'll actually become a part of the ecosystem with
because there's nothing worse when you're too close and someone gets a bite and the yellowtail runs right into the kelp, and now all of a sudden you've wound the kelp into the boat and you've turned it into a whole thing.
Yep. Chopped it all up. Now that text came through, and unfortunately that person did not leave their name, so you're not entered in to go win that trip on the Mission Belle today.
As Pete says, no prize for you.
No prize. Fun times. Do you have another one?
I actually do, and this comes from Justin and Lucadia. Good morning, guys. Great show. I have a question for Cameron about fishing the Coronados. What kind of water conditions are you looking for when trying to get in the right area to fish yellowtail, and specifically water color, direction of the current, and wind? What are the elements that bring it all together? Which sounds kind of like the magical,
Yeah. Some kind of down and in current. Seems like most places fish the best.
And that's true for up and down the coast too, right?
For sure.
Like whether you're at Palos Verdes or whether you're at
if you anchor
Brian
up
Woolley.
If you anchor up in the middle or you anchor up at SKR and your stern's facing the 302, it's backwards. You want to be, looking into Mexico and Rosarita and stuff. Rips a lot of times seem to not be ideal. If you can look and it looks like there's breezers over the whole ridge or something like that, or
which is like cross current.
Yeah, little gyres or it's spinning or whatnot. Just consistency and water temperature. It's okay if it's 62 degrees as long as it's been 62 degrees for a few days,
and it could be 60 probably.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's as divers, we've all learned like the thermocline.
Yeah.
And, now, we've really got into these 50-meter water pitchers because it's not like they're subsurface. I mean, sometimes yellowtail are up high, but you dive down 10, 15 feet, water's cold.
Yeah.
I think the point 64 degrees, 65 degrees, and I think the bottom's 51 degrees.
No way.
Yeah.
Super
talking
cool.
to an urchin diver.
Really?
Yeah.
Which is good for the health of the kelp and the ecosystem on the bottom. It's healthy.
But just
consistent. But that's cold.
It's cold.
Yeah,
that's cold. Consistency, good water, clean green, blue green, hunter army green. You probably need to go look somewhere else. We see those film layers or random pieces of bull kelp and stuff kind of floating around is not ideal.
Junk.
Yeah. Stagnant. The water's not moving.
So it can be a shade of green,
totally.
But as long as it's like been that and fish are biting in it for a week or
clean
so.
Green.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be that offshore, pristine, clear.
No.
I mean, you see it being better in that cleaner water?
I'm not a fan of gin clear water at times. It almost feels like sterile, like it's too clean.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, too clean of water and not enough movement. Those are two things that kind of work against you, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. You got to have movement because the movement moves the nutrients around, moves the bait around.
Before this last upwelling, it was 68 degrees and you could see the bottom in the ribbon.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, 60 feet of water.
All the stuff you can see in that. Garibaldi probably too, right? Hey, we're going to be right back. We're going to find out who's won this full-day trip on the Mission Belle. Super fun here, man, with Cameron from the Mission Belle out of Point Loma Sport Fishing. When we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and that 97.3 The Fan.
Looking for the ultimate Alaska fishing experience and the best value in Alaska? Look no further than Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. A trip to Kingfisher includes everything you need to make your experience legendary. The finest fishing fleet in Sitka with the best captains, deluxe accommodations, gourmet food, world-class fish processing, and the best part, it's all included for one amazing price. Kingfisher is Let's Talk Hookup's most popular destination. Hundreds of listeners have experienced Kingfisher Charters, and most go back again and again. You have probably heard a lot of big promises from other Alaska lodges, only to find there were lots of hidden charges. Not Kingfisher. Everything is included. 10-hour fishing days, your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, and fishing gear. All you bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. Kingfisher Charters, your Alaska fishing destination. 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now with stores throughout Southern, Central, and Northern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find a location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence, delivers the top quality, comfort, and fishability you look for in a long-range boat. Veteran captains Mark Bizzano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Once you go on the Independence, you'll be back. Call Independence Sports Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check independencesportfishing.com.
Shimano has taken trolling for big fish to the next level. Introducing the new Shimano Ledge Runner. They set a new standard for offshore diving plugs. Featuring a patented technology, the Shimano Ledge Runner offers seamless depth shifting from shallow to deep ranges while maintaining stable swimming actions, even at high trolling speeds. Designed with durability and longevity in mind, Ledge Runner is available in 2 sizes and an array of colors. One, its amazing features is ADR, or adjustable depth range, a feature that enables anglers to change trolling depths with ease and efficiency. In addition, the Shimano Ledge Runner has HCW, or Hydro Control Wing, a stabilization feature ensuring that the lure swims straight even at high speeds. Be ready to hear that clicker go off with the Shimano Ledge Runner. Available now at your local Shimano dealer.
Adding a fish finder to my fishing kayak completely changed the way I fish. I'm Logan from Fastlane Kayaks, and I've been fishing from a Hobie kayak for over 4 years now. For about half that time, I was fishing without a fish finder, and trust me, it's called fishing blind for a reason. But don't just take my word for it. Here at Fastlane Kayaks, we've been installing and using fish finders on Hobie kayaks for over 25 years. Over all that time, we've done our fair share of trial and error to find the best mounts and methods for rigging a kayak. So instead of trying to learn 25 years of experience through endless YouTube videos, just drop your kayak off at Fastlane. Every Fastlane install is clean, user-friendly, and built to last in real saltwater conditions. One way we do that is by housing all the fuses and electrical connections inside a small waterproof case. Keeps everything protected, organized, and easy to access. Whether you're looking to add a fish finder, install a motor, or upgrade into a brand new fishing kayak, come by Fastlane Sailing and Kayaking in Mission Bay, or give us a call at 619-222-0766.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. We're going to have Cameron flip the coin, see whether the full-day trip on the Mission Belle, it happens to be a texter. It's going to Stephen Fallbrook, and appreciate you joining the show, Steve, and full-day trip coming at you.
Wow, congratulations, and what a great show, Cameron. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh,
always a good
guys.
time, never enough time.
Never enough.
Yeah, and hopefully we can get you back on soon. Corey, appreciate it. Good weekend.
Always fun.
And hey,
what about next week's?
Next week and Saturday, Captain Tim and Duke Ekstrom from the Royal Star. And on Sunday, Mr. Bob Who's with Costa.
No way.
Another good show.
He's sending a hello to the show too as well.
He just came out 2 weeks ago fishing.
Ah, super cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
The Hoos man.
Yeah.
It's all good. So, hey, man, to join us next weekend, we'll have the captains and Bob Who's from Costa on Saturday and Sunday. And then join us. Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube and Facebook Live, 97.3 The Fan. Thank you to Jeff at The Fan. Thank you to Adam and George for taking care of us in the background. Corey, always fun.
Always good time.
Man, it's just never enough time. The stories that go, love it. And hey, thanks to all of you out there calling in and texting in. This is your show, and we want to make sure that we're helping you to have a good time and learn more and answer your questions. So thank you all for joining us. See you next weekend.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hey, it's Chris Ello from Gwyn and Chris. Play some trivia with me weekdays, 4 o'clock, and try to win big prizes on Gwyn and Chris. Weekdays, 2 to 6.